We are at it again. Sorry about that, guys. Just working on some technical things. Like I said, I was just ecstatic this week because there's always newfound discoveries, and sometimes we overlook the things. Like just like I spoke about last time about the mixtape. Sometimes we overlook things and not look in depth on the things of what we grew up on. Either '90s to 2000s. Like the mixtape, man. We overlook that stuff. And what happens? If it just flies by, and no one wants to hear about it, no one wants to talk about it. But knowing it's a pinnacle moment in our lives, knowing that the mixtape was so important. So as I continue to go on and on my discovery of little lost gems, because there's a lot of things out there that we kind of think we overlook, and we always, we think we know hip hop. We say we are hip hop. We all these things about hip hop, and then we got DJs out there who play the music, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's a great song," but not knowing that it's different when you live the moment. When you're living at that point when it came out, when you lived at the moment when you heard it at first, when a certain song, a certain time, or a timestamp in your life, and people just like, yeah, yeah, we could jam to this, and not knowing that there's something behind the music, whatever it may be. So, in saying that, I always do some sort of research. I'll go online. I'll start looking at things, and there was one another aspect in this whole hip hop thing that I believe a lot of people missed out on this. And I think it's very crucial. I don't think we are acknowledging like the way we are supposed to acknowledge it. And I say this because growing up in that era, it's huge compared to looking things on the outside of things. So recently, I was looking up some stuff, but before I want to get that real quick, just to let you guys know, September 14th at 5 o'clock at the Vapor Center, we still continue with the Charlotte DJ battle. I believe there will be a live stream on I guess the starting lineup. It is on this. Guys, don't forget the No Cuts Allowed shirts will be printed. You guys let me know if you're interested, you're not interested. Listen, guys, you need to get out there and show some love and support. And I don't know what to tell you guys. If you're doing it, you're doing it. If you're not, I don't know what to tell you. But I wanted to get into this really quick, and I just wanted to really get either your thoughts, what you think. Um, is this how can I say? Can I say this? Is this something new or something old or something we've forgotten? And I think it's something that we've forgotten. So just recently, I'm always looking up, and I discovered a podcast which you guys are very familiar with. You guys have seen it as well, called Joe and Jada. Now, the reason I say this is because we have two iconic rappers speaking about hip hop then and now, and the differences and the history of it. And it seems that, you know what, they had a guest. And the reason that, they had a lot of guests, but they had a guest which made a huge, huge, huge impact in this hip hop industry. And I think people are not aware of it. Listen, growing up in New York, you understand when I show you this. If you guys you've seen it before, if you guys seen what I'm talking about, you guys exactly know what I'm saying. And I wanted to give you proof. I wanted to give you receipts on if this is true or not, because we're living in a day and age where we're not giving true flowers to true people that made a big impact in this culture, and we're just overlooking it. And listen, growing up in the North, I tell you right now, growing up in New York is totally different. I understand the whole concept. I understand the way the live things we're living. The lingo, it's different. I tell you, it's different. But this is one segment that I wanted to show you guys in the podcast where it really made a difference. It made a huge difference because I'm not just saying that no one really took took wind of it, but I don't think people are giving true flowers to the real people, the real individuals. Because remember, not all great hip hop icons have to be rappers and breakers and whatnot. Just being creative makes a huge difference. So I wanted to share you guys what you think, and you give me you know what, give me your vote, or give me your opinion on it. All right. Check it out.
Videos. You went from putting the videos on, and then you started shooting all the videos.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. How does he do this? How did he just go from we went from to cutting my next question off
You got to
and
get
going right
ask him
into
the
that?
question, Jada.
No, it's amazing how you do it. It's amazing.
I know I'm in
how
the
you
McDaniels.
connected these stages.
By the way, I'm Joey McDaniels. I'm in the McDaniels family.
Now, it's very important that we understand who we're talking about here. We got to understand who Joe is speaking about, who Jada's speaking about, and if you guys know who he is, please.
Would you say to somebody that hasn't
You know, these videos are something else. These videos are something else. But let's get to it again. Sorry, guys. Let's get to it again. All right, here we go.
So you shot videos. You went from putting the videos on, and then you started shooting all the videos.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. How does he do this? How did he just go from we went from to cutting my next question off?
You got to
and
get
going right
ask him
into
the
that?
question, Jada.
No, it's amazing how you do it. It's amazing.
I know I'm in
how
the
you
McDaniels.
connected these stages.
By the way, I'm Joey McDaniels. I'm in the McDaniels family. Okay? I'm in the fucking family.
Amazing.
I see the meme already.
No, Joey.
Okay. If you guys know who this is, you guys know who this is. This guy is an iconic pillar in the hip hop community, believe it or not. The one and only Ralph McDaniels. And this is a gentleman that I've been watching right after school, go home. We go, he had a show, Video Music Box, Channel 31, back in New York. And we watched it from Monday all weekend. And we watched from Monday to Friday. Friday was the hot. Thursdays was, I believe, Wednesday, Thursday was the R&B. Then you had the reggae, and it was a big thing. If you guys not aware, where do we get music videos from? This is the guy. This is the guy. We got music videos, and we don't even acknowledge where it came from. We don't acknowledge why we have it. This is the man. If you guys are not known, if you guys are living under a rock, this is the guy right here who started the whole video music thing, the whole thing. Ralph McDaniels. Check it out.
I know everything. I didn't have to
put them all.
I didn't
They're gonna
have to
switch
prepare
out.
for this interview.
You're gonna see you and him in one thing on the Instagram later.
I didn't prepare for this interview. I just got
Music and video direction career.
Yes, sir.
In some incredible historic video.
Yes.
Wu-Tang Cream. Nas Ain't Hard to Tell. Raekwon is incarcerated Scarface. Public Enemy featuring Ice Cube, Big Daddy Kane,
Yeah.
Burn Hollywood, Burn.
Yes.
What the? How? Just tell us. Let's start with Wu-Tang.
So for folks, this is the learning.
Hype
Right?
Williams was your intern.
That was my intern.
All right. So if you guys are not aware who Hype Williams is, Hype Williams did the most cinematic videos that we have today, and also because we have the movie Belly with DMX and Nas. If you guys are not aware of it, you see that the channels connect. Everything comes together. Everything comes together, and believe it or not, it's a thing that, you know, we just overlook. I believe we overlook. Let me check on something. Hold on one second. Let me see let's see if it's even possible. Okay. But yeah, like I said before, that Hype Williams, yes. So he started a lot of the cinematic movies, a lot of the whether it's Missy Elliott, whether it's Biggie, you know, he did a lot of videos, and he was Ralph McDaniels, intern. You know, these are golden things that people are not aware of that made a big difference in hip hop, believe it or not.
So, boom. So in the beginning of hip hop, you didn't necessarily get a video. You didn't weren't
There was no
guaranteed.
videos in the beginning.
Right. There were songs that were hit records. No video because nobody believed that it was going to go any further. Video was like an added a thing. You know?
At all.
Right. So we used to sit around and be like, how come there's no video for this? We were like, we need to do a video for it. We got cameras and stuff. Let's just do a video. So the first video I did was for Roxanne Shante.
Wow.
Roxanne. And
Roxanne.
right.
Holy shit.
I said, this is an opportunity for us to have an advantage. Now, people are going to still watch the show more because they're going to see the Roxanne video. Doesn't exist. It's a record, Mr. Magic, Marley Marl, they playing it every week.
Playing the words on.
Right. So got a video now. Boom. So a video comes out. So a little from that.
So I'm going to stop it right here because I know there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and I want you guys to really get the hang of this. And maybe I'll go back on later on, but I wanted to get really just to get you an understanding of what things we're missing, things that they are not being acknowledged, things that are not being put the spotlight on and overlooked, you know. And I understand that we do that, not understanding that you have to live in that era. You had to live in that position. You had to be in that during that timeline to understand the things that we did and the things we watched and the things we experienced is because it was a beginning of a new thing. You know, this hip hop thing was not made overnight. It was done through the time, you know, through times and things of growing. And it's important that we get to know this. It's very important that we know these things. You know, I don't think that Ralph McDaniels has been spoken a lot of. You know, a lot of things been put under the table. You know, you got people doing videos and not understanding where it came from. Just like the iPhone. Everyone knows where the iPhone came from. Steve Jobs, he's the one that started it all. We understand that. But no one's understanding the concept of why we have things we have today. And this is one concept that's very, very, very important. Where the mixtape, where the music video was an interacting of the song, interacting of what's going on. And it was phenomenal though at that time. It was a new thing. It was something that was not heard of, and just put it together. And then when we started watching it, that's when you started getting MTV Raps. That's when we started getting MTV. That's where it all began. You know, so if you guys got caught in the middle of that, it's because a lot of things were missed out. But it's very important that we get to understand this. It's very important that we see this. So I wanted to come out here really quick, just to say what's up to everybody. I know it's Friday night. You guys probably doing something, probably rocking out the house or whatnot. But I definitely wanted to really put you on these certain things. And granted, there's a lot of things that are growing, even on this podcast as well, are growing. And I don't want you guys to miss out. So I'll always say it's very important that we do get the information right. Let's not get sidetracked on a lot of things what people say. But let's get the receipts on what people know and who are the people. Because we can talk about history. We can be all technical and historical about certain hip-hop times. But are we getting the grasp of the founding birth of certain things? Whether it's the record, whether it's scratching, whether it's video making. Are we getting the real grasp of what hip hop is, or we are just overlooking it? Are we paying homage to what it is, or are we just overlooking it? Are we just playing music and not understanding where it's coming from? Are we just doing things just because and not getting a true grasp of what we're listening to or what we're playing out there? It's very important that we understand the history of this and not just say, well, I am hip hop, and not knowing that you don't know 2 cents of it, knowing that you don't know where anything came from, you know. So let this be a lesson to everyone, because I believe in each one teaches one. That DJ Ralph McDaniels, he's one of the pillars of hip hop culture. Believe it or not, he's really he is a pillar of the hip hop culture. You guys understand. If you guys seen him and watched him, you guys truly understand. You know, I was asking myself, what happened to Crazy Sam? Everyone knows who Crazy Sam was. But why are we overlooking these things? This is the thing that we grew up on. We went home. This is the only time we went home, I could say, to watch Video Music Box. And it was huge. It was huge. We would watch the Video Music Box, sit there, everybody, they'll listen, drinking our soda, you know, eating whatever, and watching Video Music Box. And then when we're done, we were out the house. We were out in the streets again, listening to new joints, the new stuff that was out there, new videos out there. We were watching it. So I want to give my flower. I want to give the flowers to DJ Ralph McDaniels. Thank you again for what you are doing. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing, believe it or not. It's very important that we acknowledge these people. It's truly, truly, truly that we acknowledge these people, because it's very important that, you know what, not everyone gets acknowledged like that. But, you know, let's talk about it. You guys want to discuss about it? I'll probably go on Facebook maybe tomorrow. We'll discuss about it. Have any comments, hit me in the comment section. We'll get back to you, and we'll have a discussion about it. Guys, I'm Crew704. This is Off the Deck on Instagram. I'll definitely try Facebook later, but it is what it is, guys. And as always, peace.